And it certainly sounds like you're very good at it too.
I can't wait to get going again. I really do. As I say, we've come a far way from where we were the institute we closed around about 2003, and then into the business experience with my husband, and then I went back actually into the corporate world after that. Oh, it was much against my initial feeling about it, but I could so see why I needed to do that. So I went back into the business world, but once again on a consulting basis, working with the CEOs and the managing directors and the chief executive officers of the medium type businesses. Because in my own experience of being in the corporate world, everything reflects the head of the organization. The leader of the organization will always be reflected all the way through.
Yes.
And unless he's growing and evolving and taking himself forward, the business and everybody else that comes on behind him will just stagnate. So I would take a very different approach though with these business leaders. I would find out what their personal needs are.
Okay.
And then we'd see where the business fitted into that.
Right.
And that was really exciting. I really enjoyed that. But always there's been a part of me saying, I want to be, what Théun would say, get back into the saddle again.
Okay.
I want to be there again with the people. You know, I want to be working with people in their everyday life. So we're about to launch the courses again.
Okay.
And it makes my heart sing.
Fantastic. Will they be similar courses, Leslie, to what you had at the institutes, or do the courses serve another purpose?
In our talking, in our discussions, we've realised that they never really actually came into their own. In other words, there's just so much more that we can actually do with them, or where we can actually take them.
Okay.
And people have moved on as well since then. And when I say moved on, I feel that where the world is at the moment, it's relationships. It's relationships of people losing their jobs or being retrenched or whatever it is, that immediately impacts on all the relationships around that person, for example. So we are seeing the need everywhere. The greatest need is in relationships of all kinds. And I feel, Théun feels as well, that this is really where the courses can come into their own now. Because when it's an act of survival, you take what you can get and you really, really run with it.
Yes.
So will they be the same? I have no doubt that the structure, the content will be there. But I also have absolutely no doubt that they're going to evolve and change as we go. Because
in a way they will be meeting what people are needing right now.
Right now, yes.
And who will these courses be intended for? I mean, who will be the people that will be coming to these courses?
Our courses are always open to anybody from any walks of life. You don't need any specific education. As I say, intellectual education, academic schooling I'm talking about.
Right.
You know, as I say, I've actually worked with gangsters before and they just lapped it up. So you don't need any level of academic schooling.
Right.
You just need to be a human being.
Okay, which is of course the most lovely thing really. And these courses, where will they be taking place? Is this something that's going to be working on a global level or something else?
It looks like at this point in time it's going to be in the United States primarily, and also Russia and the Ukraine. We need to just be working with the teacher first of all. You know, Théun specifically wrote the courses for me.
Yes.
As he has often said, you know, he put them in a way that would actually match my temperament and the way I do things.
Yes.
So, in looking for other teachers, Théun doesn't teach the male course anymore, for example, because he said if he does, he's implying that the males can't actually do it themselves, and then he'll just disempower them.
Right.
But there's nothing to stop another male stepping forward and taking that male course and running with it.
Okay.
And we're very open if somebody does step forward in that respect. But Théun's probably his largest following in the world is in the area of Russia.
Right.
And of course he doesn't speak Russian, and nor do I. So we have somebody who's approached us, a man and his wife, and we're really looking forward to start working with them to be able to start the courses in Russia, Ukraine, those areas, and get some study groups going. But initially it's going to be in the States and hopefully Canada as well.
Okay. And just what you were mentioning there, Elizabeth, is it important that it combines both the male and female aspects within these courses? Both from the teaching and from the participants.
Do you mean male and female as in man and woman, or do you mean male and female as in I have both male and female awareness in me?
From the perspective of both male and female? So in other words, there's a male, through the teaching, there is both a man embodying the male aspect and the woman obviously embodying the female and the mother aspect. Is it important to have both of those in the courses?
Yeah, oh yeah. What's absolutely ideal for me is if there's a male with me working in any environment.
Yes.
Because at a heart level, people can actually speak, even if the male never says a word, people
Yes.
can actually pick up immediately the difference between the two. And it's leading by example. I teach, anybody teaches far better by example, by the doings,
Yes.
than actually the talking. I mean, if you look at a child, they just look up and they copy what their parents do. They don't understand what they're saying. So it's no different in a course environment. If, for example, I am in a course environment and I don't have a male teacher with me, I start to work with the males in the room.
Right.
And particularly if I find two or three strong ones, I start to work with them, and just so that I draw them into working with me, so that people can actually see it working in real life.
Yes.
Then it's not just theory anymore.
Yes, it's real practical down to earth.
Yes.
It's working there actually
Yeah.
in the classroom.
And then everybody in the course room then works with it themselves.
Elizabeth, if I could ask you a personal question. Do you have a personal dream for the future, or in terms of your own learning, how do you see yourself unfolding and evolving through this one?
If I haven't shared it before, I'll say it again. As I said, we teach best what we need to learn the most. And I just find working in that, when you're working with people, you've got your own behavior reflected back at you all the time. And, having discovered I'm a mystery,
Yes.
I'm going to be working on myself for the rest of my life.
Right.
And working in group environments is what really makes my heart sing, because you've suddenly I get reflections of different aspects of me everywhere, like a diamond.
Yes. Well, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for sharing your journey with us. And I hope we might be able to talk to you again in the future.
It's my pleasure, Adrian. Been honoured to do that.
Thank you very much.